Good morning and welcome to this Sunday worship service with the Unitarian Universalist Church of Urbana-Champaign. I am Michele Grove, the Interim Director of Religious Education, and I am coming to you live from our church home with the help of many others. Through today's worship service, you are invited to celebrate and reflect on the Christian season of Advent. No matter your faith tradition, there are gifts for you in this ritual and these stories. These gifts help us better understand and experience anticipation, preparation, and waiting. I'm not the only worship leader with you today. We have many leaders who have joined us through this worship experience. Up front, I would like to thank each and every one of them, both those in front of the camera and those behind the scenes. I hope that you leave today learning from their wisdom, their model, and their leadership. This Friday is December 25th. For many, it is the holiday of Christmas. Christmas is not just one holy day in the Christian tradition. It is a season that lasts 12 days. The season of Christmas ends on January 6th with the start of Epiphany, which is the celebration of the arrival of the wise ones. And before the season of Christmas, most Christian churches celebrate the 4-week season of Advent, which honors the anticipation and expectation of the Christ child. Since the Middle Ages, the Advent tradition provides space for Christians to prepare for this exciting and honored Christmas season. Communities will light candles on an Advent wreath. They will light one candle for each Sunday of the 4 Sundays in Advent, and then a central candle on Christmas Day. This is a sacred time to reflect on the many stories which lead to the famous story of the baby Jesus. It is a tradition that teaches us that patience can produce great rewards. It's important to note that this tradition, like many Christian traditions, has strong roots in earth-centered traditions. The historic Jesus was actually born in the spring, but during the reign of Constantine in the 4th century, the celebration of Jesus was moved to the darkest period of the year so that those who celebrate the winter solstice might broaden their celebration to include Christianity. This is one of the reasons, in fact, I dare say it is the primary reason, that candles, lights, and evergreens like wreaths and Christmas trees are central to Advent and Christmas. These symbols are directly tied to earth-centered traditions who honor the darkest night of the year and the coming of the light. This season of Advent is one of the ones that I favor the most. It is one that I have fond memories of as a child. I remember each Sunday we would light one candle and hear the stories. We would secretly count down to Christmas and relish the excitement as it grew. As the light of the Advent wreath brightened, we became more and more excited. So during Advent, we hear stories that we do not hear in Christmas and Epiphany. And today you will hear one of those stories. It is a story that is wrapped in longing, anticipation, doubt, disbelief, waiting, joy, sisterhood, and love. So today you can expect to journey through the lighting of the Advent wreath with the story of Zachariah and Elizabeth. It is a story that is told in the Christian Gospel of Luke. You will today see many faces who will tell you of this ancient story. You will travel with them as they go through it, and as we tell the story, we will light the candles of the Advent wreath. Today, you will also have the opportunity to share your joys and sorrows. We have a specific time of reflection and meditation. We invite you that if you would like to share a joy or sorrow with the community, to do so through the Joy and Sorrows email. It will be displayed on the screen during the prelude. And also today, you can expect to learn and be inspired and have an opportunity to share of your own generosity. The hope is that you will leave today with a new story in your heart, some laughter in your belly, and a deeper understanding of how anticipation is a part of the life journey that we all are on. And so before we center on our theme, I invite you into a time of meditation. Each Sunday, we begin with a land acknowledgement of the indigenous nations of this land. Wherever you are listening, please bring to mind the indigenous peoples of your place. There will be a moment of silence after this acknowledgement. We recognize and acknowledge that we gather today on indigenous land, taken through deception, coercion, and violence. We acknowledge the continued displacement and oppression of Native peoples and honor their commitment to survival, identity, and the protection of our world. And now, we invite you to reflect and center during the prelude.
Welcome to all. On this lovely winter day, we light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian, Universalism, two big words, the Church of the open mind, the Church of the loving heart, and the Church of the helping hands. And if you wish and you can, you may take the hands of anyone you may be with. We light this chalice for the light of truth, for the warmth of love, and for the energy of action, even as we learn to sit still in expectation.
During the rule of Herod, king of Judea, there was a priest. His name was Zechariah. His wife descended from the daughters of Aaron. Her name was Elizabeth. They were childless because Elizabeth could never conceive, and now they were quite old. It so happened that Zechariah was carrying out his priestly duties before God as an angel of God appeared. Zechariah was paralyzed in fear, but the angel reassured him.
Don't fear, Zechariah. Your prayer has been heard. Elizabeth, your wife, will bear a son, and you are going to name him John. You're going to leap like a gazelle for joy, and only you will be with delight at his birth. He will drink no wine, nor beer. He will be filled with the Holy Spirit from the moment that he leaves his mom's womb. He will turn many sons and daughters to Israel back to their God.
Do you expect me to believe this? I'm an old man, and my wife is an old woman.
I am Gabriel, the sentinel of God, sent especially to bring you this glad news. But because you won't believe me, you will be unable to say a word until the day of your son's birth. Every word I have spoken to you will come true on time. God's time.
When the course of his priestess assignment was completed, he went back home. It wasn't long before his wife Elizabeth conceived. She went off by herself for 5 months, relishing her pregnancy.
We light the first candle of the Advent wreath in honor of Zachariah and Elizabeth and all those people in the past, present, and future who experience doubt. It is our experience with doubt that brings us to relish hope and the beauty that hope brings us. And as we light this candle, I invite you to share with me abundant gratitude to Joe, TJ, and David Omosagia for sharing the first part of the Zachariah and Elizabeth story with us today. Now, each Sunday, we bring our individual joys and sorrows and concerns to this time together. In a moment, we will gather in music and reflection to sing a blessing song. During this time, you are invited to bring to mind the joys and sorrows that are in your heart today. The words will be on your screen. You are also welcome to sing aloud or just let the words wash over you. And now, here are some of the joys and sorrows that come from our community. From Julie Lout. It was an honor to be named the 2020 Outstanding Community Partner by UIUC's International Students and Scholar Services. Friends and family from near and far attended the Zoom ceremony on Thursday. This recognition has been a ray of light in the end of a difficult year, and I am deeply grateful. From Allie, my dear friends, though I had been far too ill with 3 serious infections to safely remain on treatment for a period of 2 whole months, It was a huge surprise that instead of my quarterly PET scan on December 7th showing negative disease progression as expected, it has regressed. It's not yet entirely gone, but I am assured, while fearing that it could have been my last Christmas, that I will have more Christmases. Alleluia, and hugs and love. Here is an anonymous one from the children of the Madigan family. My joy is the pride I feel for all the students and teachers who navigated an unprecedented semester of teaching and learning. It wasn't easy, but you persisted and made it work in whatever way you could. I am especially grateful and proud of my own child who did this on her own as her dad and I had to leave home to go to work every day. From Paul Kaiser, joy at our ability to muddle through, heads down to the earth through the toughest times. Sorrow at not understanding when to stop and look up at the sky again. A 3-year-old from the Cruz household says that they have a sorrow for bumping their head this morning. An 8-year-old from the Cruz household says, joy for being able to safely visit my grandparents. Tesla says, my joy is that Christmas is coming and then I get to see my grandparents. And from Umita, gratitude and joy. My students at Parkland College who have persisted during the strange semester of Zoom classes and online discussions. Many of them are in their first semester of college. A number of them juggled jobs as essential workers, and some of them suffered and came through COVID during their semester. Joy for them as they complete this semester. May they be safe and well as they continue their journey. These and all the joys that are lifted in our hearts and all the sorrows that rest deep within us are brought before this community today. And now we will have a time of reflection, prayer, and meditation.
In the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, the angel Gabriel was sent from God to a young woman named Mary. She was engaged to a man named Joseph, who was descended from David.
Hello? Gabriel? Rejoice, highly favored one. God is with you. Blessed are you among women.
What?
Mary, you have nothing to fear. God has a surprise for you. You will become pregnant and give birth to a son and call him Jesus.
But how? I've never slept with a man.
The Holy Spirit will come upon you. The power of the highest hover over you. Therefore, the child will be called Holy, Son of God. And did you know that your cousin Elizabeth conceived a son as old as she is? Everyone called her barren, and here she is 6 months pregnant. You see, nothing is impossible with God.
Yes, I see it all now. Let it be with me just as you say.
We light this second candle for Mary and the love that she felt for her baby and for a world who was broken and hurting. Yes, the light was struggling there for a moment, but it has come. As we remember Mary, we remember all those who have given birth amid a world that is broken and hurting, and also a world that is full of joy. May all those who experience pain have a community to see them through. And as we light this candle, we share abundant gratitude with Nora Troyer, Steve Troyer, and Laura Breeze Troyer for sharing the second part of the Zachariah and Elizabeth story with us today. So now is the time of the service where we take a look at the community matters and our offering. But before we do that, give me a moment here to get back in. For another joy and sorrow had come in, and I don't want it to go unnoticed. There's also, before I say this, there is a name in here that I'm hoping that I pronounce correctly. From Kimberly Cranich. Prayers for Bobby, Jack, Peter, and Jazid Federer as they have their first Christmas without their mother, Sarah Federer, who died of breast cancer on November 6th. If there are any other joys and sorrows which have been missed, they will be highlighted in the e-news. And now for our community matters. Every time our community gathers is a sacred time. Even during this time of separation and isolation, we relish this opportunity to be together, celebrate our Unitarian Universalism, and serve this community and the world. If you would like to connect more with this community, we welcome you to do so. You can do so by signing up to receive our e-news or to find ways to attach to the community through the uucuc.org website. There are many opportunities. There are also many resources there around the pandemic that can help you connect. You can also find upcoming worship services and recorded worship services, just in case you would like to catch up on past worship experiences. This past fall, religious education teachers and leaders were delighted to be in community together as they learned and grew in fellowship. 97 adults participated in our adult education program, and some of them took more than one class. I am deeply grateful to all of those who facilitated these programs and everyone who brought their wisdom and eagerness to learn. A new series of programs is in design for January through May, and I invite you to watch for communication about upcoming learning and fellowship opportunities. You can see these on the Adult Religious Education page of the uucuc.org website and in future e-newses once it goes back to its full one at the beginning of the year. We are also honored to have several new staff members join this community and share in the mission and vision of this congregation. Juan, I knew I was going to do it. I was going to mess it up. Juan Camacho, did I get it? Good, good. The musician who is providing music today in the sanctuary is one of them, and we are grateful for the talent that Juan is bringing to us. We also hope that you will reach out to all of those staff people and wish them welcome. The coming e-news will have bios and ways in which you can send a hello. In a few moments, we will enter the time of sharing of our gifts and our offerings. We know that generosity comes in so many forms, and that giving from your material resources is one of them. If you can give of your resources, no matter how little or how much, you are welcome to do so. Your gifts go a long way to bringing a ministry to the people of this congregation and to the broader community and even further out. During the month of December, we share our offering, which is our ritual. Every month we share part of our offering, actually half of our offering, with an organization that is doing good work. In December, we share it with our partner churches. Our goal is to develop long-term, mutually supportive relationships in our fellow Unitarian and Universalist congregations of Transylvania, Romania, and the Khasi Hills of Northeast India. We also now have ways that you can give by text or credit card. Watch for those cues when it is the time of the offering to be received. You can also still donate online or send a check after the service. Before we enter this time of generosity, we have a special announcement. Today, this community will host a meeting that needs the members' attention and participation. Soon, you will hear an announcement from our moderator. Following this important community matter, the offering will be graciously received.
Good morning. Gail Schieser here. As surprising as it is to me, I'm your UUC-UC moderator. I'm here to remind you that we need you at a special congregational meeting at 1 o'clock today. We'll meet in a different Zoom meeting where our very own dream team will present this proposed strategic plan for congregational action. We'll start the meeting at 1 o'clock or just as soon as we can show everyone to their virtual seats. So if you could arrive a few minutes early, as much as 20 minutes early for you early arrivers, we would be grateful. That'll give our welcomers a chance to take attendance and complete the naughty and nice lists. We have a top-notch tech team available to assist folks with any Zoom problems. And I'll do my best to keep you amused until we can get started. So, to recap, important meeting. We really need members to attend. Non-members are also welcome, but only members will be able to vote. We'll do our best to make this meeting fun while taking care of business as expeditiously as possible. You can find login information for the Zoom meeting in your email, the one you received on December 12th, calling the meeting. If you can't find that, go to the news and events page on the uuc.org site, and you'll find the listing for the special congregational meeting. I'll see you at 1 o'clock. We'll do this important thing, and we'll have some fun. I promise. And if I'm wrong, I'll buy you a cookie next time we're all in fellowship hall together. Thanks.
Mary did not waste a minute. She got up and traveled to a town in Judah in the hill country, straight to Zachariah's house, and greeted Elizabeth. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the baby in her womb leaped. She was filled with the Holy Spirit and sang out,
"You are so blessed among women, and the babe in your womb also blessed. And why am I so blessed that the mother of my Lord visits me? The moment the sound of your greeting entered my ears, the babe in my womb skipped like a lamb for sheer joy. Blessed woman who believed what God said, believed every word would come true."
And Mary said, "My soul doth magnify the Lord, and my spirit hath rejoiced in God my Savior. For he hath regarded the low estate of his handmaiden. For behold, from henceforth all generations shall call me blessed." Mary stayed with Elizabeth for 3 months and then went back to her own home. We light this third candle of the Advent wreath, honoring the joy that Elizabeth and Mary felt as they experienced the growth of their unborn children. Can you imagine the conversations that they had during those 3 months together? Can you imagine the stories they shared, their dreams, and their fears? As I end this, I also want to share deep gratitude for Adam and Gloria Cruz, who read this third part of the story. For Elizabeth and Mary, they had great joy and anticipation of a new child. And today we remember the blessings and dreams that are a part of each birth.
When Elizabeth was full term in her pregnancy, she bore a son. Her neighbors and relatives, seeing that God had overwhelmed her with mercy, celebrated with her. On the 8th day, they came to circumcise the child and were calling him Zachariah after his father. But his mother intervened. "No, he is to be called John." "But," they said, "no one in your family is named that." They used sign language to ask Zachariah what he wanted him named. Asking for a tablet, Zachariah wrote, "His name is to be John." That took everyone by surprise. Surprise followed surprise. Zachariah's mouth was now open, his tongue loose, and he was talking, praising God. A deep reverential fear settled over the neighborhood, and in all that Judean hill country, people talked about nothing else. Everyone who heard about it took it to heart, wondering, what will become of this child? Clearly, God has his hand on this. The child grew up healthy and spirited. He lived out in the desert until the day he made his prophetic debut in Israel.
And with deep gratitude to Jenna Zeidler for completing the Elizabeth and Zachariah story as it is told in the Christian Gospel of Luke, chapter 1. For we light the fourth candle of our Advent wreath to honor peace. Zachariah, who demonstrated doubt and impatience, was able to demonstrate full trust and peace by the time his son was born. As we remember Zachariah, Elizabeth, and their newborn son John, We also remember all of those people who journey from doubt to trust and find peace in that journey. Blessed be.
Did you ever notice in the story of Christmas there are a lot of journeys? Mary and Joseph have to go on a journey. The shepherds have to go on a journey. And those angels must have gone on a journey to find the shepherds. You may have heard other Christmas stories about the kings or wise people. They go on a journey too. So now we're going to go on a journey. Get ready. Get your hat. Get your scarf. Pack a snack. You're going to also need your imagination to go on this journey. We are going to look for a special baby. On the way, I thought it would be good if we picked up a gift for the baby. People often do that when they go to see a baby, right? What would be good things to bring to a baby? Can you think of some good things to give to a baby? Is everyone ready for the journey? Follow me. Oh, I think I overdressed. Hi, we're on a journey looking for a special baby. Have you seen a special baby recently?
No, there are no babies around here.
Do you have any ideas of a gift we could bring to a baby?
Well, all babies need love. You could bring a wish that the baby will be loved.
Love is something all babies need. Will you help us remember a wish for love when we find the baby? Thank you for reminding us of the gift of love.
You're welcome. I hope you find the special baby.
Oh, I need my scarf back. Hi. We're on a journey looking for a special baby. Have you seen a special baby recently?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
Do you have any ideas of a gift we could bring to a baby?
Well, all babies need a clean earth. You could bring a wish that the baby will live in a world with clean air and water.
A clean earth is something all babies need. Will those of you watching at home help us remember the wish for a vibrant earth when we find the baby? Thank you for reminding us of the gifts of a clean earth, Nina.
You're welcome. I hope you find a special baby.
Hola.
Hi, we're on a journey looking for a special baby. Have you seen a special baby?
No, aquí no hay bebés.
Do you have any ideas of a gift we could bring to a baby?
Bueno, los niños necesitan crecer en un mundo justo y pacífico. Trae un deseo de que el bebé crezca en un mundo de paz y justicia. Well, all babies need to grow up in a world that is peaceful and fair. You could bring a wish that the baby will grow up in a world with peace and justice.
Peace and justice. What a beautiful wish for a baby. Will those of you watching at home help us remember the wish for a world that is peaceful and fair when we finally find the baby? Gracias, Silali. Thank you for reminding us of the wish for a peaceful and fair world.
De nada.
Oh, look! Madeline is also on a journey. We are on a journey looking for a special baby. Have you seen a special baby recently?
Well, I've seen lots of babies in my travels, but none recently.
Do you have any ideas of a gift we could bring to a baby?
I'm especially fond of traveling. You could bring a wish that the baby will grow up to have wonderful travels and adventures.
Adventures seems like a very good thing. Will those of you watching at home help us remember the wish for wonderful travels and adventures when we find the baby? Thank you, Madeline, for reminding us of the gifts of adventure.
You're welcome. I hope you find the special baby.
Oh, hi. We're on a journey looking for a special baby. Have you seen any babies recently?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
Do you have any ideas of a gift we could bring to a baby?
Well, all babies need curiosity, and to know that is a good thing to ask questions and learn. You can bring the wish that the baby will grow up with a curious mind.
Curiosity seems like a very important thing. Will those of you at home help us remember the wish for a curious mind when we find the baby? Thank you, Tess, for reminding us of the gifts of a curious mind.
No problem. I hope you find a special baby.
Oh, hi there. We're on a journey looking for a special baby. Have you seen a special baby recently?
You're in luck, because all babies are special, and there's one right here.
Wow, may we see?
Yes, of course.
Well, we tried to find some gifts for your baby on our journey, but instead we collected wishes. Would you like to hear those?
Yes, please.
Who remembers our wishes for Lavender, our special baby? Can those of you at home remember? Maybe those friends who we met on our journey can remind us.
Love.
Thank you. May Lavender always feel our love.
Clean earth.
Thank you. May Lavender enjoy a vibrant, sustainable earth.
Travels and adventures.
Thank you. May Lavender enjoy many places and faces.
Peace and justice.
Thank you. May Lavender know a truly equitable world.
Curiosity.
Thank you. May Lavender find great thrills in the wonders of the universe.
Your wishes are a wonderful gift for baby Lavender. Of course, since all babies are special, we wish these gifts for all children. Every night a child is born is a holy night. Thank you for journeying with us. But our journey doesn't stop here. Keep your eyes, ears, and hearts open because everywhere you go, there is someone special.
People kiss, the time is near of the crowning of the year. Make your house fair as you are able. Trim the hearth and set the table. People look east and sing today. Love the guest is on the way. Furrows be glad, though earth is bare. One more seed is planted there. Give up your strength, the seed to nourish, that in course the flower may flourish. People look east and sing today. Love the roses on the way. Stars keep the watch when night is dim. One more light the bowl shall bring, shining beyond the frosty weather. Bright as sun and moon together. People look east and sing today. Love the star is on the way.
We are nearly there. We have journeyed through the 4 weeks of Advent in one worship service, We have discovered surprises along the way. We have gone on a journey to seek a special baby and discovered that all babies are special and that each night a child is born is a holy night. Now, I do not know about you, but I believe that from this day forward, I will find a great sense of joy, memory, and inspiration every time I hear a baby sneeze. Thank you, Lavender, for bringing us the surprise, and I dare say, an awe-inspiring gift. One of the great things about anticipation is that sometimes we do not know what we are anticipating until it is right in front of us. The full Advent wreath of candles is lit and ready and expecting the Christmas day. On Christmas Day, a center pillar is lit called the Christ candle. It is lit in a way of saying, "Well done, we've made it." It is also lit in high celebration of the stories and the meaning and the gifts that Jesus brings to the world. As we close this worship experience today, I hope that on December 25th, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, you will light a candle for all that it can represent: the love, the hope, and the joy that is a part of who we are. In last week's worship service, at the end, Kate Barton lit and extinguished the chalice. Kate served as the event and facilities coordinator for this congregation. She also served as the RE assistant from July until now, and I'm grateful for her work with religious education. As it is with all endings and beginnings, today, Kendra Gibson, our new religious education assistant, will extinguish the chalice. We welcome Kendra and all the gifts that she brings to Lifespan Religious Education. And now, dear friends, as our worship ends, may our service begin.
Hi, my name's Kendra Gibson, and now will you join me as we extinguish our chalice? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.